Welcome everybody. Allow me to introduce to you Omega Browser, which is essentially the lightest browser in the world built natively for macOS. It was built for maximum privacy, where it offers zero tracking, zero profiling, absolute zero data brokerage, zero BS. It naturally blocks the internet's nonsense. That's what Omega is for. Um, it is incredibly light. If we look at the file size on our in Finder, it is roughly 4.8 megabytes, so super light. It's built on Apple's architecture. It launches under 1 second, and so you get speed and battery life without hauling a full browser engine around. Um, so most browsers try to monetize you, and Omega just refuses to do that. As I said, there's no tracking, no profiling, no data brokerage, and it's not built to share your browsing behavior with third parties. Instead, we actually block them, so trackers aren't able to see what you're doing. Um, the main reason why this was built is because I don't feel like browsers were supposed to, like, I don't want to feel like I'm being managed by a browsing company, whether that's Safari or Chrome or even Brave. Um, Getting kind of tired of bloated apps that launch slowly or idle really heavy, very hot. Um, and then also, being given free products that cost you your privacy. And so, if there's anybody who's tired of interfaces designed around monetization and not focused, then Omega Browser is for you. People that want just the raw internet, raw as in direct, fast, and unbothered. And anyway, keep the other kind of raw for your personal life. But anyway, what we don't do, like I said, there's no profile building, no selling of data, no third party telemetry by default. There's no creepy personalization that's actually surveillance. Um, if we ever add optional diagnostics, it'll be opt in, transparent, and never tied to browsing history. This is an alpha version. Um, the project started shortly after the new year, um, maybe about 10 to 11 days in. Um, I'm personally running on a very slow MacBook Air 2020, still Intel. So normally I use Chrome, and I just find it to be very heavy. Even if I have ad blockers, it doesn't block the ads. YouTube ads also play in the background constantly unless you're paying for a subscription. And I just feel like the internet should be a lot smoother, faster, without the big guys tracking every single move. And so I wanted something as light as possible for my old computer. And so building it from the ground up on Swift and WebKit was the best thing I could have done. So essentially, this thing is a speedboat compared to aircraft carriers, or the Titanic, which is what you can compare Chrome to. Chrome is 650 megabytes on on disk, and we're about 4.6, 4.8. Um, Essentially, we're not using Chromium. We're not built on like these really heavy engines. It's just using the WebKit engine, which already sits on your Macintosh, and so there's less disk, there's faster launch, lower baseline memory, and better battery, which is super important. Um, all right, so let's get into some of the features. The most important thing is that out of the box, uh, in our standard security shield, um, there's zero tracking. So, and it also, it blocks fingerprinting, and ad tech endpoints are blocked at the network level, and so third parties cannot siphon your behavior. And um, basically, most tracking is just your browser uh, phoning home to companies that you never agreed to meet. So Omega just kind of steps right in the middle. You also have fortress mode, so your URL bar will be highlighted in a nice, beautiful turquoise. This essentially like blocks everything. It might even break some websites. So um, depending on how you want the user experience to be, you could have this on or off. But if you just want everything known to man blocked, then this is a good feature. Out of the box, the default search engine is Google, so I'll just type Tokyo and then it'll pull up a Google search. I actually right now have it set to Google AI, and so it's going to start to tell me about Tokyo. I'm actually in Tokyo, Japan, so that's why it's coming up in Japanese. Why don't I go to my settings and I'll show this to you a little bit. If you just remove the AI, then it'll just search Google. You have your AI companion right here. It's set to default to ChatGPT. It could be Claude, it could be Perplexity, it could be Copilot, whatever your favorite AI software is. New tab page is empty right now, or you could have it go to any URL you like. And so if you hit Command T to open up a new tab, then it'll go to that particular page. But I like to look at the dashboard because it's super fast. It takes literally 0 milliseconds to load up because it's, again, built on WebKit, which is like foundationally inside your Macintosh. All right, let's look at the settings a little bit more. You can turn settings off and on. I'll keep it on. We are in 15 different languages already. So the interface is localized for a variety of users. I'll go ahead and change it back to English for now. There we go. All right, so let's just say that we want to add apple.com to our favorites. We have a favorites tab here. So once the website loads, you can add this to your favorites. And then if you click and hold, then that shows your favorites panel. And then of course, if you open up a new tab, you'll have your favorites down below here. So it's very convenient. This opens up a new tab. This opens up a new tab. And Amnesia Mode is basically incognito mode. So you'll see your address bar light up in purple. This can also be toggled by Command-Shift-N to turn it on and off if you just don't want to keep any memory. It's also running on RAM. So as soon as you close the window, everything just basically disappears. RAM obviously is random access memory, and so it's not saving to your hard drive. So it's able to just completely erase it once you close the window. Very, very convenient. Also, let me close these windows. There's another feature here called exceptions. Exceptions are for people that view websites, maybe like the New York Times, or LA Times, or websites that make you turn off your ad blocker. Or if you're a marketer and you run meta ads on Facebook and Instagram or Google Analytics or Google Ads, and you have your tracking pixels inserted into your website that you're trying to drive traffic to, or if it's an e-commerce that you need to make sure that your tracking pixels are firing, you can quite simply just, let's say for example Apple wants to check, they can just click the shield button and it'll put thumbs up, and then the URL is highlighted by this beautiful green. So that means that you're allowing pixels so that you can use the site kind of just normally without blocking anything. So again, that's for websites that require you to allow cookies because maybe they only make money by traffic and showing advertising. Or in your marketing efforts, you just want to be able to have everything coming through to make sure digitally and operationally everything's functioning properly. Okay, next we have our history. It's pretty obvious, right? And we can delete the history. Hit the control panel again. We have settings. We have a little shortcuts cheat sheet here. Just really easy to get to. And then we have our settings, and then we have our Nuke history. Let me close this here. Yeah, so let's go to settings again and go to Nuke history and cookies. So we can toggle these on or off if we want to keep our browsing history and delete everything else like cookies and cached images. Maybe you just want to delete your cached images because you want to always have a fresh look every time. Make sure that you're getting the latest downloaded from the server if you're a web designer, or you just prefer to just wipe this all the time. You can choose the duration, which is delete data of all time. Very, very convenient. Um, so uh, this is an alpha version, like I said. Um, Super proud of it. I love how fast it is, even on my computer. The design is all liquid glass, so it's just kind of beautiful and sexy. Um, if you need help, this will go to the omega.bz website for browser. And if you want to learn a little bit more about me, you can go to about Omega. Like I said, I'm in Tokyo, Japan. My name is Michel Valenzuela. You can follow me on X, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Please follow me on LinkedIn so we can connect professionally. And see what other features. Maybe I'll just talk about the anti-fingerprinting is pretty important. Some sites identify you by your device fingerprint, not just cookies. So there's all different ways to track you. And so um, Omega uses canvas fingerprinting blocking, and so it fights back with particular type of noise injection. So basically, like your device looks slightly different each time, so it's harder to build a persistent profile on you. Um, I think that's really key that people who for people who value their privacy. For me, that's super important. I don't want to be marketed to. I don't want websites like remembering who I am or sending me ads based on things that I click. I just want to browse the internet freely, and I hope that you feel the same way too. This is our beautiful icon here. You can see how nice it looks next to the big boys here. Um, it's now midnight, January 17th. It is tomorrow. It is today. If you're in the United States, I am reaching you from the future. Anyway, I hope you like it. Feel free to go to the website and send us an email if you want some other features. We're slowly rolling out more. We're adding Well, actually, no. This version actually already has passkeys, so it'll save your passwords on your computer. It'll use your passkeys, so you can use your fingerprint on your MacBook Air and your MacBook Pros. I'm trying to think of what else we added in like the last 24 hours. I don't remember. Anyway, thank you for watching. I know it's been a long video, but I hope this is a good explanation for you. All the other options are in the menu here, and looking forward to improving this for you. Thanks again.